I'm that girl who, when she gets a message from the collectives to pass on to you, I will. And so, my friends, it feels like there is important work for us all to do. And this is what they would like. They would like us to start making lists. And they want us to start writing honest lists. You don't have to share them with anyone. Your teams will already know what you are needing to suddenly work through and understand. So these lists are, the first one, they want you to really brag about yourself and who you are. And so it's like a CV. If you wanted to introduce yourself to someone, this is the list of the points and the notes about you. It could just be bullet points. It could be a novel about who you are and what you stand for. So whatever that list looks like, that novel of you, and this is important, they really feel like when people are starting to write it down, you're going to be open to them. And they want to just give you this mega boost of self-confidence and be able to really just take stock of who you are, because we are our own worst critics, where we want to just like judge and criticize ourselves and lock and limit our belief systems of who we are and what we can do. Did I say that right? So this is about true self-empowerment. And sometimes we can hear we must love ourselves, and we think, tomorrow's job, I'm too busy with the laundry. Or are we? So it is about being responsible for our inner work. And they keep telling me they just don't love themselves enough. And this is heartbreaking, because we're all very lovable and we must be responsible for loving ourselves and boosting ourselves up. So the first list, the first statement, the first novel, the first picture, however we want to express ourselves as, this is the first thing that they want us to work on. It feels like they want us to work on 3 simultaneous lists. So it is about who we are and who we see ourselves are, and potentially what our role for humanity is. And then they want 2 separate other lists: service of self list, and then service of others list. And sometimes we may think, oh, the service for others list is all the stuff. But when we try to divide service of self and service of others, we actually may find that sometimes we do things for others that kind of are accidentally self-serving. So for an example, we give to charities and post online that we donated and brag to people about it because we're wanting the attention to be seen as charitable. So we must start being really honest with ourselves about what we're doing and why. And so, really catch ourselves. Is this a self-service statement I'm making in an action, or is this service to others? And I can see many people wanting to jump into the whole, oh, I'm totally of service to other role. But yet a lot of the things that they're doing is for recognition, love, respect. And that's all should be on the service to self list. So this is going to really help people be able to visually see what they're doing and what their motives are for this. And the collectives and all of your teams have all kind of approached me, and this is kind of like their epiphany that they were in homework that they would like us to be diligently responsible for. For me personally, doing this, I would be like, oh, my handwriting looks interesting and my spelling is also interesting. But again, it is not a presentation that we're going to give to the class. This is about me being accountable for who I am, the things I do for service of self, and then the things I do for service of others. And when we work on this, it may not be just a one sit perfect thing. Maybe something we need to realizes that we may need to give it a few minutes a day to kind of think about it and work on. So it's almost like the saying, go and buy a beautiful, delicious new journal, or get out that journal that we always thought we would write something special on. This is the time to start doing it. And even if it's on an old envelope, whatever we're starting to use our mindsets and thinking about, it also feels like this is a really good thing for those people who are just so overwhelmed with the problems in the world and they want to solve all of those problems. Let's just do a quick in-house check. Where are we? Is there balance? Is there service of self? And is there service of others? And then do we even know who we are and what our skill sets are? So I can definitely see some great value on this for those people who choose to step up and to be able to help themselves identify where their strengths are, and where maybe they can start looking at things with a different perspective. We all assume we're good people, and of course we are, but knowing the difference between service of self and service of others is really helpful for us, because sometimes we could just try to be giving everything to everyone while neglecting ourselves. Now, service of self would look like, I'm using kind words on myself now. I am able to love and respect my entire body now. And that's the sort of dialogue of service to self. Could be how I'm treating myself. I am honoring my body with water. I'm honoring my body to know the difference between what fuels it and what poisons it, versus, so like sugars, you know that I have this love-hate relationship with sugar because I know what it does to the body. And so I'm going to try and collate all of the things that I know from this metaphysical perspective, and be able to list out the things I'm actually doing for myself, the things I'm actually doing for others, and it's genuine. I'm not trying to merge it through. And if we're noticing that we're trying to serve others to really sort of serve ourselves, this may be, these gray areas in between may actually be where some of our inner work needs to be able to be acknowledged and expressed. And sometimes when we have to make these lists, we may notice that there is gaps where we didn't notice them before. So that is it. We've all got homework, and if you want to make it fun and novel, then think about the colors and the pens and do some drawings and just be expressive with this. This is a journey for you to honor you and to honor the service that you're doing for humanity. And it may be a really short list. It may be a massive list, whatever feels perfect for you to re-identify and connect in and be able to see what you're doing and why is going to be really profound. So anyway, I hope this is inspiring many people. Get out your crayons, get out whatever you want to express yourself with, and take this opportunity to really show your teams that you are willing to face your fears and start looking at your own behaviors and your own approaches and how you are truly of service. Because sometimes people come to me really worried because they're not of service, and then they tell me what they do, and I like, everything you've just told me is fully of service to self, and there is some lack of self-love and some other self-respect, and there's other self-care. And so sometimes we're super worried that we're not enough. And I think with these lists that we will be creating, I think we're going to suddenly realize the truth of the actual the truth of the story, and just see if we are still able to identify when we see these lists, if we are truly able to feel into that, be proud of those lists and be proud of your journey with this. I think this is going to be really fun, even though often when we get homework, we think, oh my gosh, why? So put some music on, grab yourself some water, have some fun with it, be creative with it, because this is a journey of discovery for self. And I think your teams really want to give you this really big boost, and they can keep loving you and showing you greatness of self. But sometimes when we're not ready to see it and look for it for ourselves because we're so busy looking after other people or something else, this is a really great opportunity to just have a little stock take of our behaviors and approaches. And I believe in you, and I know that when you take this seriously and when you start doing this, you're going to see what your teams are wanting you to really notice about yourself. So much love. Enjoy it, everybody. Have a fantastic day.